Just a minute. So I think in the last class we went through with star delta conversion, and I hope we have finished star delta conversions. I hope everyone got the meaning of star delta conversion, right? Am I clear? Star delta conversions. So how you have to proceed with that, and I hope everyone got when you are going to apply star delta also. So it is applied whenever you are having more than 3 or 4 meshes. Applying KCL, KVL becomes complex. It is time consuming. For that we went for conversion technique. Okay. So then that finish your model number 1. So today we'll go with model number 2, that is your network theorems. So we'll discuss what is the meaning of network theorems. Then we'll proceed with the first theorem called superposition. Just a minute. Okay, fine. Yeah. So just listen here. So as you went through with finding your KCL, KVL, as well as superposition theorem, as well as source transformation theorem, then you went through with conversions, right? So ultimate goal of all this to find what? To find either current or voltage. In turn, you can find the power. Okay. So same way, different scientists have generated their own theorems. So using these theorems, you can expect the same result what you already found using your mesh analysis, nodal analysis, or transformation or conversion. Okay. So that is what you are going to learn in module number 2, network theorems. So network theorems mainly deals with the way you need to get the final answer either in terms of current or in terms of voltage to get the power also. Okay. So actually you have different types of theorems such as superposition theorem, then you have Thevenin's, Norton's, then you will be having maximum power and minimum theorem. So earlier we had actually reciprocity theorem also. So as of now, that is with superposition, then followed by Thevenin's and Norton transform theorem. This 5 theorems, and last one small theorem is there, Miller theorem. So that excluding that, almost 35 to 38. Okay. So am I audible to everyone? Am I audible here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Position theorem. Okay. So you just need to have a concept. So they may ask you to state and define superposition theorem. Okay. See, whenever my voice is breaking, I just want you to inform me if voice is breaking. Okay. Otherwise, I will be proceeding. So superposition theorem, if they ask you to explain state and proof, so just show a simple statement. Okay. So whenever you state any theorems in model number 2, it starts with the word any linear bilateral network. So you need to have a concept called as linear and bilateral. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of these 2 words? So if they ask you to state and explain any theorem, always remember the statement of any theorems will start with these 2 letters. Any linear bilateral network. So now we need to know what is the meaning of linear as well as bilateral. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of linear? In general, what is the meaning of linear?
Straight line.
A circuit which consists of linear devices only, sir, like resistor.
Consisting of only linear devices. Okay, fine. So one told straight line. Okay, good. Then that's it. Okay, just look at this board now. So I'm going to give some battery and I'm going to set some value of my RLC element, any values. It need not be what I'm doing, it's just an assumption. Okay, so just check out. So assume that this is a given network. Okay, so this is the connections what I have made before giving my supply. Okay, so what was there? What was there here? So this 5 ohm and this 5 microhenry and this 2 picofarad. Do you think that value is going to vary after battery is applied? You got what I'm asking? So before battery, I have connected this RLC element here, right? So after passing 10 volt across each RLC element, do you think that the value of each become changes?
No, sir.
Yes or no? So if I give 10 volts supply, this 5 won't become 2. This won't become 5 microfarad. This won't become 10 microhenry, right? So whenever you apply any supply, we will just vary what is the current or what is the voltage across that. Correct now? But the value is not changing. So such kind of network are called as linear. Am I clear? Am I clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So you got the idea now? If I give a supply, if the values are changing, they are called as a non-linear circuits. So since it is keeping as it is, I'm just doing analysis what is happening after being a battery supply. Such is called as linear. What is the meaning of bilateral now? Bilateral. Bilateral means what? What is the meaning of bi? Unilateral means what? Uni means what?
Single.
One. Bi means two. With respect to what it is talking, with respect to your direction. Okay. So whenever I say battery is supplied, so current is going to flow only this side. Do you think that current won't flow in opposite side also? It can flow or not?
It can.
Yes, sir. It can.
It can flow, right? When battery is given, the current can go here also, current can come here also. Correct, na? So it is going in both direction. That is called as bilateral. Am I clear? Everyone, is it fine till here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So whenever you start any statement, it starts with any linear bilateral network. So this is a brand statement for all the theorem networks statement. So if they ask you to define superposition theorem, Millman theorem, Newton theorem, everything consisting of these two words, bilateral and linear, and this carries 2 marks. If they ask you to define or state, so it carries 2 marks. Then proof, how we should do that I will explain later. But before that, I hope everyone got the meaning of this linear and bilateral. So for this, let me add the theorem now. Let me try to add a theorem. Okay, now listen. See, this superposition theorem concept is simple. This superposition theorem is applied only for a independent voltage and current source. I'll repeat. Superposition theorem is applied only for independent voltage as well as current source. Am I clear? Independent current and voltage source. It means if you find any dependent, you're not going to follow the procedure of your superposition theorem. I'm going to retain the dependent source as it is in network. I'm going to solve the problem. Have you got the first point? Everyone, what I told? Everyone, is it fine what I told the first point? So superposition theorem can be applied only for independent voltage source. If you find dependent, then I'm going to retain the dependent source as it is and I'm going to solve the problem. I'm not going to make any alteration on dependent because it will be depending on somewhere in the network. Am I clear with this? Everyone? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is the first thing you should be having awareness, right? So let me show you how the procedure works, right? So assume that there is a network. I will just consider the independent first. So we'll tell you what is the way to solve. So assume that there is a network here. I'll just give a generalized value. So Z1. So this may be any impedance. Z2. Similarly Z3. And you'll be having one more supply here. Okay. So assume that for this I'm going to connect one current source. So let me give the values as E1 and this is I and this is E2. See whatever things I'm writing, this is a generalized one. Okay. Listen. So it is a network which is having a independent sources. Agree? Independent sources, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you can find how many sources totally?
3,
Totally
sir.
how many sources you have?
3, sir.
3. So one is current and 2 are voltage. So this is the first thing you should be having awareness. Whenever you get any network, before applying superposition theorem, see, question will be like this: for the given network, obtain the current across some resistor. Okay, so using superposition theorem. So read the question concretely. Okay, using superposition theorem means, assume that now in this they have asked you to find the current across Z1. So what is the current across Z1 is here, right? So what is the way to solve? Just look at here. First, you need to count the number of independent sources, irrespective of voltage and current. Keep counting. So you have 1, 2, 3. You told, right? So what is the procedure? I need to find the current across this, right? So first step says, if we have n number of voltage sources, I will repeat. If you have n number of voltage source, make one as active, other as deactive. I'll repeat. If you have n number of voltage sources, make one as active, other as deactive. Deactive means what? If it is a voltage source, short circuit. If it is a current source, open circuit. I'll repeat. The way or the procedure to solve the superposition theorem says, count the number of dependent or independent. It should be independent sources, including voltage as well as current. Right? So, if you want to find the current across this, case number 1, active one voltage source at a time. So, remaining should be deactive. In the deactive equation, what I told, if voltage is there, short circuit. If current is there, open circuit. Am I clear with this point, everyone?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
clear? Right? So now tell me, if I apply that logic to this network now. So E1, E2 and this current is the sources what we have. If I make E1 as active, what will happen for E2 now? What will happen for
Short
E2? It should be
Short
deactivated.
circuit.
It means it should be short circuit. So I am going to replace that source with a wire. Artha Didya, is it fine? Then what I told, what will happen to your current source in the same case?
Open circuit, sir.
Open circuit means this is gone. Agree? Everyone? I'm agree. Is it fine to everyone? Is it clear here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, what is the thing ultimately I need to find? I need to find current across Z1. So if I take I is the current across Z1, after applying case 1, this I is not I becomes I dash. Okay? Because if you want to find complete I means I need to add all the components current answer. How to do I will tell. Before that, I need to find I is a logic, right? So for that, I am doing a concept, one active, remaining called deactive. So the current across the Z1, I am going to give a new current name as I dash. Everyone done till here? Is it fine till here to everyone? Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now what you can do to find this I dash, I need to find this mesh current. Agree? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So you can apply your normal mesh analysis. See, that's why I told KCL, KVL plays a major role. After this theorem, again initial condition theorem, but is model number 3 will also come. That is also involving the same concept of KCL, KVL. Similarly, in model number 5, we'll have one topic called as parameters. Do you remember? So there also same condition comes. So almost 4 modules will be having concept of KCL and KVL. So be alert. Okay. Is it fine till here? Everyone, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
now what I told, the new current will be I dash. So apply your normal mesh analysis and get the answer of I dash. So this you can solve. So you got the answer of I dash as some current. That is case number 1. What is case 2 now? What is going to be active? What is going to be active? I'm going to
E2 is
return
going to be
back my
active, sir.
I'm going to return back my E2 and I'm going to short E1. So current source again open path. Agree? So now you can't give the same current name. So let me make it as I double dash. Let me make it as I double dash. Okay now? So since battery is here, I can call this as I1 and this as I2. It's just our assumption. That's it. You can take I1, I2 also, not a problem. So now you need to find I dash, I double dash, nothing but I2 current. So have you got the answer of I double dash also? Say I have not yet went with any problem. Before that, if they ask you to state and prove, that proof is what I'm explaining you. So like this, you can take any generalized circuit and you can explain the things what I'm explaining now. Am I clear? Everyone, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So what is the last case now? You are left out with one more current source, right? So whenever you are activating the current source, you need to make sure both the voltage source are shorted and retrieve back your current. Retrieve back your current and this becomes I triple dash. This becomes I triple dash. Am I clear? So can you find I triple dash also using the mesh analysis? Everyone. So you got three answers, right? So you got three different current because you had three sources. Any doubts? Anyone till you? Am I clear till here to everyone?
Sir, how we will calculate I triple dash, sir?
See, this is look like mesh 1, mesh 2, mesh 3. So what you can do the center one, you can apply your source transformation technique and you can get it to 1. Or you can apply how it is. It is like mesh 3, right? I can write
Yes,
this
sir.
this way also. Is it like this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
it is to act like a super mesh now.
Yes, sir.
So you can apply super mesh logic, get the answer of I2. Artha aita?
Yes, sir.
See, procedure of reducing or calculating the current remains same. Only thing is you need to make three different current. That's all. I need to find across this Z1 is what question says. So I found case 1, case 2, case 3, three different current. Is it fine till here to everyone? Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So what is the ultimate goal? This is not the end of the problem. Actually, they will ask you to find the current across Z1. So I need to find complete I. So what I can make is I is equals to I1 dash plus I double dash plus I triple dash. So this combination of all three will fetch you what is the current across it. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it fine, everyone?
Yes.
See, this is the way you need to explain the proof. See, always remember any theorem proof, don't take the values. It should be like generalize. You just keep writing the formulas in a general way. Apply your normal Meshner equation. So it should be like minus I1 Z1 minus I2 Z2. Normal apply. Only variation is what? Value won't be there. If value is not there, written things as it is in a generalized form, that becomes proof for you. Is it fine? Everyone got the procedure
Yes, sir.
now? Shall we solve the problem now?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Let's the slide change. So assume that in the same thing I told, if we have a dependent source, if we add a dependent source plus or minus, I'll write some 3ix and I will put ix is somewhere here. Okay. If this is a circuit, then what is the thing I told? This is a dependent voltage source. So do you want to short that now? Do you want to short the dependent voltage source?
No, sir.
See, this is the only thing you should remember carefully, okay? You need to retain the things as it is, apply mesh analysis because it is dependent. This is depending on somewhere this Z2. So you're not supposed to short or eliminate a current source. So this is the only thing you should be having very careful while solving the problem of superposition. Because in the exam, they won't give a simple problem for you. They will mix dependent, independent together so that you will commit a mistakes. So this is a mistake you will commit. You will blindly, by see the count of voltage source, irrespective of current, dependent or voltage, you'll keep shorting and opening. So always remember, dependent voltage or current source you have, don't alter the circuit. Don't apply your superposition theorem. Keep or retain as it is. Fine? Am I clear to everyone till here? Am I clear here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead now. So we'll try to solve a problem and we'll understand the logic of the superposition theorem. Another question here. Another question, everyone. Using superposition theorem. Another question. Using superposition theorem. Find the voltage V. Using superposition theorem, find the voltage V. Find the voltage V across 3 ohm resistor. Find the voltage across. Find the voltage across 3 ohm resistor for the network shown below. For the network shown below. Okay, let me write a circuit now. Just copy the network first. Is it visible here what I am writing? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just copy the question. So later analyze. So values are 6, 2, 3. Two. 3 volt, right? So this is what they've asked for you. So we need to find the old cost. Any question, everyone? Any doubts, anyone till here? Return? Is it fine here? Return the question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So now apply the logic what I taught you. So count the number of independent voltage source. So in this problem, it is purely a independent sources, right? How many independent voltage source you have? How many independent voltage source?
2, sir.
2. See properly here. Voltage
Yes,
source
sir.
are 2, correct? Yeah, one current source. Totally you have 3, yeah?
3, sir.
Total
Two
number
voltage
of independent voltage source are 3, out of which 2 are voltage, 1 is current. Fine. So the question is what? You need to find the voltage across 3 ohm resistor. It means here. So you need to find what now? How many independent sources are there? That many cases. How many are there now? How many cases you will get now?
3 cases,
3
sir.
cases.
Good. So 3 cases. So it means I should find V dash, V double dash, V triple dash. If you apply mesh analysis to find V, what you should find first? You should find the current. Yes or no? If you are able to find what is the current across 3 ohm, then you can divide V is equals to I into R logic. Sarina, is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now we'll stick on with the procedure. So it's left to you. If you take case 1, 6 volt as active, then what will happen for 18 volt?
Deactive. Shorted.
Shorted. See, either you can take this as case 1, this as case 1, it is left to you. Ultimately, I need to apply all the 3 cases for all the independent source. Okay. So let me go with case 1 now. So I will take, see, you need to write the things like this. Case 1, 6 volt is active. See, if you write this, then you're going to take the statement of. So 6 volt active, 18 volt deactive, and what will happen for 2 amp current? That is
Open
also
circuit.
deactive, but in the bracket you should write open circuit. What about 18 volt? Short circuit. Am I clear? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
So this is a thing you should write case 1, 6 volt is active, 18 volt is deactive. In the bracket you write short circuit. 2 amp current is also deactive. In the bracket write open circuit. So what is the new circuit now? So we'll just change this. So this becomes short circuit and this become open path. So now what is happening for V? I should make it as V dash. Karta. Yeah. So what is the logic now? To find V dash, I need to find this current. What is the current across 3 ohm is a task. So if you take this as I1, this as I2. So you need to find I1 across 3 ohm. Agree? Agree?
Yes, sir.
So apply your normal mesh analysis logic and tell me what is the equation. If you apply here, so I'm tracing from here this end. So by applying KVL, I'm going to write minus 2 I1 minus I2, then minus plus 2 minus is minus 6, and again minus 3 I1 equal to 0. So is it what the first equation here? Everyone, is it what the first equation?
Yes, sir.
Simplify this. So we have minus 2 I1 minus 3, that becomes minus 5 I1 plus 2 I2 equals to 6. So this is equation number 1. Any doubts, anyone? See, if you know KCL, KVL concept easily from now onwards, only the way theorem work you should be having, the procedure should be known. So applying KCL, KVL, nothing new for you. Okay, just go ahead. So same way apply for second mesh. So mesh is here. So minus 6 I2 minus 2 I2 minus I1 equal to 0. So if you solve this, you're going to get 2 I1, then minus 8 I2 is equal to 0. So solve these two equations and tell me what is your I1 answer here. Yeah. What is I1 I2? How much, Jan?
I1 is minus 1.33, sir.
No. You tell me I for current. Let's go with the procedure. I1 is how much?
Yes, sir. I1 itself, sir.
How much?
1.33, sir. Minus 1.33.
Minus 1.33. Okay, fine. Amps. What about I2 here?
Minus 0.33, sir.
0.3. See, that minus indicates what I told you. The assumption what you have made should be reversed. That's it. So it means that I should have taken opposite way. But current is 1.33 only. Okay. Knowing the current, how will you find V dash now? So in general, V is equals to I into R. So what is V dash? I dash into R. I dash nothing but your I1 only. So you can write I1 only. So what is I1 you got? 1.33. What is the value of resistor? 3. So therefore I am going to get V dash as how much?
3.99.
Estapa?
3.99 volt.
Repeat how much you told? 3.9, huh?
3.99, sir.
Yes, sir.
3.99, sir.
Okay, so 3.99 approximately like it as 4 volt. Correct? Is it fine till here, everyone?
Yes,
Got
sir.
case 1, is it fine? Any doubts,
Yes, sir.
anyone, how to find V dash? Am I clear till here? If anybody have doubt how to apply for this case 1, you can ask me, I'll repeat once more. See, if you know the procedure of theorem, remaining is same like how we did earlier. Nothing new we are teaching here. Am I clear till here? Shall I proceed? Shall I?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So we now what is the case 2? What is case 2 here? So I'm going to deactivate 6 volt and I'm going to replace back my S18, huh? Was it 18 volt? Am I correct? So instead of V dash, it should be V double dash. So make case 2 18 volt active, 6 volt deactive, nothing but short, and current remains same 2 amp. Open circuit. Am I clear till here to everyone? Is it fine? So let's proceed by applying KVL. So applying KVL for the first mesh. See, I told you to take I1 or I2, it's left to you. So the way we apply I1 it is where battery is, that is I1, that's all. So now battery is here, that's why I given I1 here, because this is a junction where the current flows. Yeah, you can take I2, I1 also, not a problem. I want ultimately what is the current across this, that's it. Yes, apply equation. So minus 6 for first one, minus 2, minus 6 I1, minus 2, I1 minus I2, plus 2 minus means minus 18 equal to 0. So if you solve, you are going to get minus 8 I1 plus 2 I2 is equals to 18. Am I correct? First equation. Yeah, what I'm writing is visible here to everyone. Is it visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, visible.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
So go ahead, second mesh. So apply mesh analysis there. So minus 3 I2 minus 2 I2 minus I1 equal to 0. So this is your 2 I1 followed by minus 5 I2 equal to 0. Am I correct? Equation number 2. So solve this and tell me what is your, I want I2 answer now. Because I2 is the current across 3 ohm. So what is I1 I2?
Sir, I1
Minus
is
2.5.
Minus
I2 is
2.5.
minus 2. Sir, minus 2.5. I2 is minus 1.
Minus 1, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So everyone fine with this? So you got the second answer. V double dash is, so I2 into R. So I2 you got 1 into R is 3. So you got, it is equal to 3 volt. So everyone got the answer as 3 volt now? Any doubts anyone till here? So if we finish case 1 and case 2 and we got 2 answer. So V dash and V double dash. Is it fine? Shall we go with the last case? Everyone? Shall we go with the last case?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is the last case here? What you should do now? You're going to make what is active now? What should be active? So I should take 2 amp as active. This is case 3. Case 3, 2 amp as active. So you need to make 18 as well as 6 volt deactive, nothing but short circuit. So I'm going to make this both short and return back your supply. Is it downward or upward I give?
Downward, sir. Downward.
Okay. So this is your 2 amp current, right? So this become V triple dash. So now I can make the naming I1, I2, I3. Now from the mesh we can directly write I1 is equal to 2 amp. Correct? Can I take I1 is equal to 2 amp directly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
See, you can solve this in two ways. Same method, apply logic of your mesh analysis, you get the answer. So after finding I3, how will you find the current across 3 ohm now? Because across 3 ohm you have two currents. How will you solve? After finding
I1
I3.
minus I2.
So whichever bigger is there, that you should subtract. Huh?
Yes, sir.
That is the logic, right? Or you can simplify. Look at here. Just look at here carefully. So you can apply the concept of your what? Branch current logic also. I hope I taught you the concept of branch current for you people.
Yes, sir.
So how to proceed with that? How to get that branch current? See, look at this. This 2 and 6 are parallel. Agree? See, you can apply branch current whenever you find one main current followed by remaining all resistors. So if these two are parallel, I can make it to one resistor. Then can I apply the logic of my branch current and get the answer? Everyone, you got what I said? Either
Yes, sir.
you apply, okay, we will explain and we'll do once more. You apply normal mesh analysis, which you know already, get the answer of I3 and tell me what is the answer. Then I will tell you how to do branch current for you. So apply mesh analysis for this two. No need to apply mesh for this first one because you already got the answer. So apply for mesh 2. How much? -2 I2 minus I3, then minus 6 I2 equal to 0. So if you simplify, you're going to get minus 8 I2 plus 2 I3 equal to 0. So this is first equation. Similarly there, so it's minus for third equation, minus 2 I3 minus I2 and minus 3 I3 minus I1 equal to 0. So simplify this. So it becomes minus 3 I1, then minus 2 I2, sorry, plus 2 I2, and minus become minus 5 I3 equal to 0. So do you know the answer for I1 already? It says 2. So if you substitute the answer of 2 here, it becomes 6. Cut and draw. So this I can write as minus 2 I2 minus 5 I3 is equal to 6. Is it correct what I wrote? Everyone? Is it correct what I wrote? Am I clear till here?
Yes, sir.
What is the answer? Check out. Tell me what is I2, I3 answer. I want I3 now. Solve this two and tell me what is the answer.
.33, sir.
0.33 is your I3 answer, huh?
I2, sir. I3
I2
is 1.33.
I3 is minus 1.33, sir.
Minus 1.33. Okay, fine, good. Yeah. Now, what is the way I told? See, that negative indicates what I told. I hope you remember, right? It is assumption. So now, what is the thing? Out of I3 and I1, which is the biggest? Which is the biggest?
I2, sir.
I2.
I1 and I3, not I2. I1 is 2 amp, right? See, we need to find what is the current across 3 ohm resistor. So across 3 ohm, we found two currents are flowing. So you want me to subtract I1 minus I3 or I3 minus I1?
I1 minus I3, sir.
So it's 2 minus 1.33. How much?
0.67, sir.
0.67. Good. So I can write, see, I am just writing a thing here. So across 3 ohm, we have two currents. So it says I1 minus I3. So 2 minus. So don't take minus of minus and do plus here. It is value is minus. That's it. So this become 0.67 upon. Correct now?
Yes, sir.
Jan, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what we should find? We should find V triple dash. So therefore V triple dash is equals to I dash or I triple dash into your R. R is 3. So what is the answer you got? I triple dash or new current is this. So 0.67 into 3. How much?
2.01 volts, sir.
2.01 volt. Good. So this is your last case answer voltage. Last case answer. So any doubts anyone till here? Any doubts anyone till here? Am I correct till here? Is it fine? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. So listen the same thing now. Just look at the things. So I told you can solve the same to get the answer of current using your branch current rule also. So what's the thing I told? What's the thing I told for you? What I told. So you need to do this 6, right? So this 2 parallel combination. So what is the parallel combination answer? Just check out. How much here?
1.5 ohms, sir.
1.5, sir.
1.5 upper.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now look at here. So after doing 2 and 6, you got 1.5 as a combination answer, correct? Huh? Fine. So this is how the circuit look like now. So this is your 2 amp given. Yeah. So what is the thing I want? I need to find this branch current. So this branch current is what I want to find the branch current I told you. Branch. What's the main current?
2 amperes.
2 amp tane. So main current is branch current is equals to main current into opposite, which is opposite resistor.
1.5 ohms, sir.
For this branch current,
1.5.
yes. So for this branch current, how much?
Same, sir. I3 is equals to 0.667 amperes, sir.
So is it matching with earlier what we calculated? Everyone understood? Am I clear with the logic what I taught you? Is it fine? Whether you see, you can apply the branch current rule only when you find such kind of network. If there is a voltage source or current source here, you can't apply. It should be only one main current followed by your resistors. So you'll get same answer. So is it done till here? Any doubts? Anyone in doubts? Shall we proceed? Yeah, shall we proceed here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So what is the thing I told you? Ultimately, we need to find the what?
3 ohm resistor.
3 ohm resistor. So you found V1, V2, V double dash, triple dash. So ultimately, you need to find what is V. So to find V, what I told? V is equals to V dash plus V double dash plus V triple dash. So what is the answer for V dash? It's almost like 4 plus 5 plus 2. 2.01, nothing but 2.02. So therefore, I can tell voltage is equals to how much? 11.01 volt. Is it correct? Is it correct, everyone? I think second answer is 3 L1, Rob.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is 3. So V dash here only. It's V dash is 4 volt, V double dash is 3 volt, and V triple dash is this much. So it is going to be around 9.01.
9.01.
9.101.
So 9.01 volt. Sarinappa, any doubts? Anyone with this now? So you got the procedure of superposition theorem now? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now
Yes,
listen
sir.
carefully. Listen carefully. Same problem. I'm going to make a slight change. Then tell me whether the answer what you got is same or not. So what I'm going to do, instead of downward arrow mark, I will make upward arrow mark. Now tell me what is the answer for your last case. Case number 3. Because case 1 and 2 remain same. That is not a problem because in your current was open. Now when it comes to case 3, I have changed the direction of the current. Tell me what is the answer. Is it same answer?
Sir, V triple dash is the negative of the given voltage, sir.
Very good. So this time you are not supposed to make the current as positive. Why? Look at the direction what is given the question. If the question was given, you have to stick on with the same thing. And look at the assumption what I have made. Is it both are in opposite direction? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So it means I will get I1 as minus 2 amp. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
if you
sir.
solve that, whatever the answer you're going to get, so this is minus of this, so minus 2.01. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So then what is the final answer?
Yes, sir.
So last part you're supposed to subtract. So answer becomes,
5.01, sir.
so this is the change you should be having very, very carefully. See, both look same problem, only the tiltness, the direction of current, if I reverse, what will happen? You can make out a difference. So this is what the thing you should be having awareness. If you analyze a thing and if you get negative, our assumption fine. But whatever the problem is given direction of current, we can't change, right? So we can't make it to positive because this assumption of I1, I2, I am making. It means we are making that we can change depending upon the anti-clockwise direction or clockwise by seeing the answer. But this 2 amp is a main supply which is given the question itself. So this is a difference you should be having awareness. See, if you make mistake, you are going to lose marks for V3 dash and V. So it means you lost 2 to 3 marks here. Out of 8 to 10 marks, 2 to 3 marks is gone, you will get 7 marks. Am I clear? Where you are going to lose the marks is, this is the where you will commit mistakes. Everyone, am I clear till here?
Yes, sir.
So let me give one problem for you. I want you to solve. So if anybody have doubt till here, let me know. Or else let me give you one problem I wanted to solve. So next class we will deal with dependent type of problem. So first I want to understand the logic of superposition theorem. See, one problem on dependent, one problem of independent will make you to understand what is the meaning of theorem. Okay. So just try to practice the problem as much as possible so that you can get a practice and you should not get lose of marks. Put on next question here. Find the voltage Vx. Find the voltage Vx from the network shown below. Find the voltage Vx. So you need to find Vx. So Vx from the network shown below using superposition theorem. So 2 ohm resistor. So this is where your Vx is there. Okay. So this is where your Vx. It's not 2. It's I think 20. Okay. So there is one current source here. So I won't tell how to do. I want you to explain now. Make a note of question, everyone. So the value of voltage 16. This is 10. And we have two current source 3 and 1.5. So this is 3 amp. This is 1.5 amp. So at 20, not this is not 20, this is 80. It's 80 ohm resistor. Okay. So this is the given question. Question is visible? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now look at the question carefully. So I want the answers from you now. I am not going to solve this. So now think anywhere dependent source is there. Do you have any dependent source?
No, sir.
No. Good. So it is the first category eliminated. Next. So you can apply superposition theorem easily. How many sources you have?
4.
4. Out of which how many current, how many voltage?
2 current, 2 voltage.
2 current and 2 voltage sources.
Very good. 2 current, 2 voltage. Fine. So it means how many cases you have to find now?
4 cases.
4 cases.
Very good.
4 cases,
So
sir.
it means you need to find Vx dash, double dash, triple dash, and V4. If you add all the thing together, you're going to find the what is Vx. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you know how to do, right? So when I make 16 volt as active, what is deactivated now? Your 10 volts
15,
become
deact,
short circuit,
short circuit,
and your 3 amps as well as 1.5 amps open
open
circuit.
circuit.
That is case 1.
Sir.
And make it as Vx dash. So same logic, find the current across 20 ohm. After that, multiply the 20 the current, you'll get Vx dash. Fine. Case 2. So 16 volt deactivate, 10 volt activate, current source open. So this become Vx double dash, get the answer. Last case, third case, both voltage source short. If we find n number of current source, same logic. One is active, other is open circuit. So if you make 3 amp as active, so 1.4 become open circuit. Am I clear? So case 3 will give you Vx triple dash. So last category, 1.5 is active and 3 is open and remaining 2 are short. So after finding this, so next class I want to tell me what are the answers have you got. Am I clear? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
So just make out of the question here. So we'll stop here. So we'll try to analyze this answer in the next class.